Hello Cancer, welcome to your reading. This is a timeless collective reading for anyone with major Cancer placements, or if you were just intuitively guided here, I'm sure there's a message for you as well. Okay, so yesterday I started getting messages for you, and I actually filmed your reading from start to finish yesterday. But I could tell during the reading and also after watching it back that something was just not right. Something was off or not fully formed, and that's okay. That happens every once in a while. It was like the puzzle pieces were all there, but they were not locking into place or solidifying into this bigger picture. And that was part of the message. That was part of the energy. There was a lot of confusion I was picking up, and the whole time I was filming, I just felt very spacey and kind of ungrounded. So obviously I was guided to not post that reading, but the messages that came through were accurate. So what I'm going to do is share with you what came through yesterday, just in brief, and then we'll give ourselves a fresh, clean slate here and go into your energy today, which is very, very different. So long story short, yesterday, what I was picking up for you, and I'm just looking at my notes if you see me looking down, the first thing that came through for you was the image of a lion and the sun, and I heard tame the lion. So this is the strength card, and I knew immediately some situation is kicking up fear, like acute fear in Cancer, whether that was manifesting as just a state of confusion or discomfort, all the way up to turmoil or anywhere in between. However it was manifesting for you, it just felt like this internal sense of compression, inner compression and pressure, because you could feel, maybe you can feel, I'll just speak in present tense, you can feel that it's almost time to make a move and make a change. You can feel that. And that's not coming from you putting pressure on yourself to do that. That is the aligned thing to do. You intuitively know it's almost time to make a move or make a change. But you have the awareness to know you don't want to make that move or change from a state of fear. You want to be calm, clear, grounded, connected to your truth, etc. So in a way, you were putting pressure on yourself to try and clear the fear as quickly as possible so that you can connect to your truth as quickly as possible so that you can make the right move for yourself. Hopefully that makes sense. I felt like you were really questioning, or you are really questioning, what you value. What do I value? What do I value? It's like you were ruminating on that question. So I asked, what is causing this fear within Cancer? What is this? Why? And I heard what's causing the fear was place, as in your environment in some way, whether your home or your workspace or something else. I'm not sure, but whatever is causing the flare-up of fear, it was completely connected to your environment. And I got this image of a shelf or some kind of altar space just completely covered in dust. And it was so vivid, I actually started to feel like I couldn't breathe, like I was going to have an asthma attack. And the dust, of course, was a symbol of old energy. So I asked, does Cancer need to cleanse their space? What do they need to do? And I heard, no, even though you can if you want to, it's never a bad idea to clear and cleanse your space. But what Spirit was saying was what you need is a change of environment. You need a change of scenery, even if it's just for a couple of hours, at least a couple of hours. Either, go to a nearby town you haven't been to for a while and just walk around, or go to a new cafe, take a road you've never driven down before, go down a path in the woods you've never been down before, whatever makes sense for you. Spirit was just really emphasizing that you need to be in a new environment in order to clear the cobwebs, basically clear your mind, process these emotions, and feel steady. because Spirit said the water needs to be still. And water is emotions. The water needs to be still. When the water is still, like a mirror, you will see yourself clearly. When your emotions are steady, you'll know what your truth is. Okay? So maybe some of you have already done this, and now you are feeling connected to your truth. But if you are in that kind of state of inner compression and the fear is kicking up and you're just processing a lot, I feel like this is what Spirit is guiding you to do. I was getting something about this move that you're feeling called to make, this change. It is you stepping out of the Wheel of Fortune card, which is it's about fate, right? And I was getting this feeling that you've been reliving a cycle over and over again. It's almost like if the Wheel of Fortune was this awful merry-go-round that you cannot get off of. And you've been looping on this pattern or this cycle over and over again. But now, when you connect to your truth and you make the right move for yourself, it's like you're going to exit that Wheel of Fortune card, the loop, and start to weave your own fate, create your own future, as opposed to feeling like you just have to succumb to the inevitable. This pattern never changes. This always happens to me. No, this is a big turning point. If you make this move connected to your truth, you're going to be exiting that cycle and stepping into more of a conscious creator embodiment. You have an opportunity here to basically free yourself from this old pattern and really design your future. You can design it. Okay, and then should I say this or not? Yes, I'm getting to say this too. The other vision that came through for you was I saw you trying to pry open a wooden box. It was this very old, weathered wooden box, no decorations on it, no keyhole, no latch, nothing. And you were so frustrated. You were trying so hard. You were, digging your fingernails into the seam, trying to pry the box open. And I just watched you for a while until eventually you stopped. You took a step back, you took a breath, you steadied yourself, and you took a look at the box again as if you were looking at it for the first time. And you realized, oh, to open the box, all I have to do is just lift the lid straight up. You had been trying to open it as if it was, on a hinge and opened like this or something. You were, prying it at an angle, whereas the lid just was meant to be lifted straight up. So that's what you did. You lifted it straight up, and on the inside it was beautiful. It was lined with purple, like royal purple velvet, and it had a big gold skeleton key inside. So to me that represented, that was Spirit emphasizing again, when your emotions are all churned up, you don't, nobody sees things really clearly when their emotions are so turbulent. So it was, a metaphor again for the necessity to be calm and steady, calm those waters, and then you'll see something clearly. Then you'll be able to open the box, get to the source of something, and find the key you're looking for. And that key could be your truth. It could be you just realizing, this is what really matters to me. This is what I really value. This is the move that I'm being guided to make, whatever the key is for you. It's very easily accessible and obvious when your emotions are nice and steady, right? Okay, so now, today, when I connected with you, I'm just going to start shuffling. This is the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. I have not pulled any cards for you yet. Now, when I connect with your energy today, the first thing that came through was the night sky. it's beautiful. It's so peaceful. Just the dark, black night sky filled with stars. And yesterday, part of your advice was the star card. It was to choose your own peace, to choose your own healing. And now I'm getting the night sky full of stars. So it's like I've been given a whole timeline for you. And some of you are going to be still in the thick of the turmoil, trying to pry open that box, needing to just get a change of scenery. Some of you are going to be in the star card, feeling that peace and hopefulness again, because you have connected to your truth, or you're starting to. What is the theme of this reading for Cancer? Friendship, number 17. Air at the bottom of the deck, number 28, which reduces to 10, cycle completion. Yeah, it's really weird because I feel like for most of you, what has caused this flare-up of tumultuous emotions and questioning what you value, I do feel like it's other people, at least one other person, if not other people. And yet Spirit was emphasizing like how important your environment is, the actual place and spaces that you occupy. Well, there's definitely something here that needs to be communicated. This air card is you connecting to your truth and speaking it to someone. And the second that you speak your truth, the cycle's over. Again, it's number 28, which reduces to 10. So the moment, and the Queen of Swords came up for you yesterday, which is feeling your truth and speaking it. So the second that you are connected to your truth in your body, you can put words to it. And when you can put words to it, you can speak it to someone. And in that moment, you exit a cycle. You step out of the Wheel of Fortune, you step out of the old fate, and squarely into your capacity to design your own fate, right? So I feel like most of you, I'm getting at least 70% of you, are at this point where you're really locking into something that you need to tell someone. And it's clear to you, or almost completely clear to you, what you need to do for yourself. And that you're on the brink of communicating it to someone. Tell me a little bit more. Full moon. Look at that. Wheel of Fortune. Cycle completion. Something is just coming to the surface here. There's something that has not been addressed for a while, which indicates shadow, right? Because shadow is just something that we ignore. It's energy that we ignore, suppress, don't want to look at, right? It's all coming up to the surface now. To be cleared. Full moon energy is about shining light on your shadows. It's almost like a purge energy or a pulling up. I'm getting a very vivid image now of you pulling up a plant like from the roots, and you've pulled the whole thing up and you're just holding it and the roots are dangling. You're pulling up something by the roots so that it can be addressed. One second. I'm actually hearing not to be cleared. Usually we talk about shadow in terms of clearing it, but I guess you could describe it that way, but Spirit is saying it's something to be addressed. You're pointing at the roots of the plant, and you're looking at somebody else. You're talking to somebody else while you're pointing at the roots, and you're saying, look at these roots. What about them? They're not what they should be. They're not right. They're not good enough. So it's almost like you're ready now to restructure your foundation with another person or multiple people. This is so cool. Meditate at the bottom of the deck. Well, I feel like this is, oh, these two cards just look so beautiful together. I don't know. I just want to show them both to you. You are getting an intuitive knowing or an intuitive hit about something. Maybe because you've taken a step back and removed yourself from the environment that was causing you so much pain. The environment with the people in it, or the environment that holds memories with people. Take it how it resonates. But there was this clear need yesterday for you to get into a more meditative state. And now I'm seeing a lot of you are accessing that meditative state, that, calm water, still water state. I just see this hand as you being clear and steady, looking into the still pool of water. And you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I need to do, or exactly what I need to say in order to address these roots and redesign them. Okay, let's go into tarot. I am using the Green Menagerie Tarot for you. Okay. Whew. Show me Cancer's energy today, right now. Show me Cancer, please, Spirit. Knight of Pentacles. Yep. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles, please. Whoa, the Emperor. Talk about making a move. Whoa. So all of your divine masculine energy is up and coming forward. This is beautiful, because with that meditate card, again, it's like you steadied your own emotions. You have steadied your own emotions enough, or you can, in order to start receiving that feminine intuitive knowing, because our intuition speaks to us when we're steady. It's really hard to hear your intuition and your deeper knowing when your emotions are like an ocean in a storm, right? So through the steadiness, you're accessing, or you can access, that feminine knowing of what is right for you to do. And now, because you're connected to that inner truth, your divine masculine is activating and responding to the feminine knowing, which is exactly what's supposed to happen. That's usually how it happens. Our feminine gets a knowing, and then our masculine takes action on it. Feminine knowing, masculine action. So your masculine energy is taking action here. That's what I'm seeing. This is you making a move. This is you making the change. You're not putting something off anymore. You're definitely not putting something off. Okay, maybe some of you are, I'm hearing, telling somebody else how it is. The Knight of Pentacles energy, though, is so grounded. You are so grounded. You are steady. The Knight of Pentacles is forward movement, but supremely intentional. And the Emperor being number 4, this is foundation. You're making forward movement, you're making progress, addressing the foundation of something. It's almost like, let me tune into this, hang on. For some of you, this is almost like you preventing a Tower card moment. It's like you're trying to prevent a Tower card moment because you see the shadow. You know, in tarot it goes the Devil, the Tower, the Star. Shadow emerges, causes chaos, but then you enter healing, right? You see those roots under the surface that need to be addressed. That's shadow. You see it, and so you're pulling it up because you're like, I don't want to go through another freaking Tower card. I don't want to go through another Tower card, so like, let's please address this right now. This is amazing. Tell me a little bit more about what Cancer's going through. What energy are they moving through, or experience are they moving through? Seven of Pentacles. I was just going to say, there's a lot of Pentacles energy. King of Pentacles. Wow. So you've got the Emperor and the King of Pentacles. Every single figure in these cards is masculine. It's like you're not going to take crap anymore. I'm not going to swear. You're not going to take crap anymore. You know, the Emperor is all of the kings combined, just like the Empress is all of the queens combined. So this King of Pentacles is how your Emperor energy is manifesting very practically, you know, on a daily basis. Addressing something at the root means you're prioritizing your long-term goals and dreams. You want to build something big. You want to build something of abundance, however you define abundance, whether that is a business or a family or whatever it is for you. The King of Pentacles is just so committed to that long-term vision, you know. So the Seven of Pentacles is you contemplating. You are maybe with somebody else, or at least by yourself. You're very actively contemplating. And look at the plant. It's the plant, you know. He's the figure is looking at the plant that has grown so far, and you are saying to yourself, something's not right here. We're not going to go a step further. We're going to pull this up by the root and make adjustments here so that the plant we grow will thrive forever and not collapse under its own weight, aka Tower card moment at some point. So you're very, very, very invested in that which is secure, stable, and long-lasting. Okay. So what is the challenge that Cancer is currently facing? This is a lot of action. I feel like you're making that move, you're making that change, or you are on the cusp of it. What's the challenge that Cancer's facing now? More Pentacles energy. Page of Pentacles. This could be somebody else. This could be somebody else. Three of Swords. Okay. For some of you, I feel like this Page of Pentacles is another person that you're dealing with. maybe the person that you're trying to communicate with, or someone who you wish you could build long-lasting abundance with, but they're kind of immature. Yeah, this is immature, childlike energy, but in a shadow state, not in a happy, exalted state, not in a happy, playful, childlike way, but like in an avoidant or immature kind of way. You might be feeling like you have to guide them, this other person or group of people, you have to guide them every step of the way, because they might be passive. Seven of Swords. They just have a different agenda than you. They have a different agenda. They might say that they want something, but their actions are not lining up with it. And it's caused you, this person or group of people has caused you heartache in the past. And it's almost like that heartache in this moment is deepening a little bit, because you're so ready. You're so ready for this change, and you're like, please come with me. But they might not be doing that, or seems like they might not be. So take that if it resonates. If that does not resonate, this Page of Pentacles energy could be an aspect of yourself. Okay. Let me sit with this for one more second. This is the energy of implementation, like implementing a new pattern, implementing a new habit, implementing a new routine or structure. Did I say habit? Habit. It might be challenging for you to get the ball rolling with this new direction. You know, it takes some effort to exit this old cycle and establish a new one. What's that saying? Getting started is the hardest part. Getting started is the hardest part. And maybe this move or this change is bringing up old pain for you, because you've tried to do this before and it, for whatever reason, it didn't work. And so maybe there is a little bit of, maybe for some of you I'm getting, there's a little bit of sadness that you didn't do this sooner, or it didn't work out when you tried to do this before. So you're having to navigate your own heartache, however that's manifesting for you, in order to do what you got to do for yourself here. You know? So what's the advice? Page of Pentacles could also be your inner child. What's the advice? Eight of Pentacles. You're making real world changes here. Like, this is not just changing your fate in the ethers, you know, in like the 5D somewhere. This is really happening. Six of Wands. And look at what's under that. The Star. Stay focused. Stay focused. The Eight of Pentacles is asking you to stay the course and embrace the power of repetition. It may be, like the Page of Pentacles was saying, you know, it may be difficult to get the ball rolling with a whole new habit, pattern, routine, etc. That's okay. That's completely normal. That doesn't mean anything is wrong. If it's hard to, now I'm seeing you or somebody trying to start a car, and it keeps, I don't know what the term is. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's like when you're trying to start a car, but it won't start. It's trying to, the engine is like starting to rev, but then it dies down. Starting to rev, dies down. You keep turning the key. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. But then eventually it catches and it starts. There's, Spirit is pointing to the power here of repetition, the power of focus, not giving up, creating your own momentum. Okay. Each one of these individual pentacles is the pentacle that the Page of Pentacles is holding. So, and what you're staying focused on here is your success. That which makes you feel proud of yourself. And what makes you feel proud of yourself is choosing your own peace. Choosing the new fate you want to design for yourself. It feels far off, just like, you know, in the star card, the star is in the distance, it's up in the night sky, it's, you know, on the horizon. It's not here yet, but you bring that new vision for your future closer every day by staying focused, staying committed. Just as a random example that's kind of mundane and whatever. It's just like working out, you know? It's like when if you've never worked out before, or it's been years and years and years, it's gonna take some oomph to get yourself to get going. But if you just set very achievable daily goals for yourself, you know, I'm gonna walk for 20 minutes a day, or I'm gonna do 10 minutes of yoga a day, or whatever. Make it achievable, and you just do that every day. It all adds up. It all adds up. And that star in the sky, your new future that you're creating, is closer, 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 closer every day. Okay. Let's get some journal prompts for you from my journal prompt deck. These journal prompts will be in the description box, along with a link to my website where you can purchase it for yourself if you'd like. Journal prompts for Cancer. If your life story thus far was a book, what would the title of that book be and why? Every time this question comes up, I also have to ask, if your life story was a book, what is the title of the chapter you're finishing, and what is the title of the chapter you're starting? If you already had everything you currently desire, what would you desire next? This is speaking to that long-term vision of the King of Pentacles. And let's get one more. What part of you has no one seen, and why? Maybe it's your inner emperor that's now coming forward. It's not taking any crap, right? Like, we're pulling this up by the roots and addressing this right now, whether you like it or not. I'm speaking my truth, whether you like it or not. Okay, so let's get a closing message from Into the Lonely Woods. Closing message for Cancer, please, Spirit. Seeing 777 in my mind's eye. Number 28, which reduces to 10, cycle completion, when all seems ended. And there's that full moon. All right, let's see what the guidebook says. We sculpt our lives until its shape is familiar, and we create patterns and stories and rituals around these shapes, all of which make up the beautiful moments of our days. We have a whole world, and yet sometimes that world, through no decision we have made, comes to its ending. It is this moment for you. All that once was will soon be the past. What is no longer is what was. And that kingdom that was is no more. Yet you are still standing. In truth, every living being is always in flux and change. Beneath the surface, at a deep level, the world keeps moving through her cycles. To live is to change. Take a moment to look upon what once was, to let it go, to give it honor, to say goodbye, and then to slowly stumble into the mysterious unknown, which holds what will become the beautiful future. You decide your fate. You design it. Okay. All right, Cancer, I hope this was helpful or at least thought-provoking. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I would love to hear from you. Again, the journal prompts and all my links will be in the description box. I'll see you again soon. Bye.